Mr. de Turville died in Canada and leaves behind his wife, Tekla de Turville, and their children. The St. Lucia Labour Party held its 64th convention at the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School with St. Kitts Prime Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas as the featured speaker. He said he was here to share the experience in St. Kitts, where the island faced the same economic challenges that St. Lucia is now encountering, but they survived by making courageous, tough, and painful decisions. He said the sacrifices were now paying off.
It has not been easy, comrades, but we have made it. And you too here in St. Lucia can make it despite the challenges that we're facing today. It required tremendous focus, discipline on the part of my government in general, and on our country's Ministry of Finance in particular. It required ongoing understanding, firstly, between the government and our great party, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. It required ongoing communication between the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis regarding the necessity of the sacrifices that they were being asked to make. And it also required a concerted effort to impress upon all Kittitians and divisions the fact that benefits which could not at that time be seen would indeed emerge if only the people would be with patience, despite the immediate difficulties, believe and persevere.
Dr. Douglas urged the Labour Party supporters to remain hopeful and to trust the judgment of their political leaders.
And I am sharing these details with you in the hope that the experiences of St. Kitts and Nevis might in some way benefit the people of St. Lucia. Was the fact that at the same time that my government was attempting to impress upon Kittitians and divisions the importance of government and the people sticking together, working together, sacrificing together in order to make it through very difficult times, there were those whose primary objective was to sow seeds of doubt, seeds of despair and alienation. In other words, trying to ensure that there be confusion within the government and within the country. And this, I want to warn you, will not only emerge in the country in general, but it will emerge in your party and also in your very cabinet of ministers as well. You need, therefore, to persevere and understand what you're going through today.
Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Dr. Kenny Anthony, echoed the call for belief and perseverance and told his audience that an economic turnaround was already evident.
You may ask, is there light at the end of the tunnel? And I will answer positively, without batting an eyelid. Yes, there is. We are on the right track. We must take the advice of our guest speaker and persevere to the end. Never, ever lose faith and confidence in your government, because your government knows what it is doing, never mind the detractors. Negative growth has now decelerated, and I believe we will see a return to positive growth next financial year. We have bottomed out. Little green shoots of growth have begun to appear.
The SLP leader also spoke about universal health care, noting that St. Lucia must ensure that no citizen is denied health care because of the cost involved. He said the island has waited long enough for the promise of universal health care.
We must, as promised, usher our proposal for universal health care. It cannot be right in this country that our people, our citizens, cannot access health care because they cannot afford it, they cannot pay for it. It cannot be right. We have to change that. We have to guarantee every citizen access to a basket of health services. Our people need health, security, and peace of mind.
Turning his attention to the re-elected leader of the United Workers' Party, Dr. Anthony noted that Mr. Alan Chasney did not have the track record to back his claim that a UWP government can return St. Lucia to economic prosperity.
A leader who cannot heal wounds in his own party can never heal the wounds of the country he governs. If you cannot heal the wounds of your party, then you can never heal the country that you govern. If you want, and the corollary is this, if you want to understand how a leader will govern a country, then observe his behavior in the party he leads.
Another major highlight of the convention was an announcement of a further commitment by ALBA and the government of Venezuela to St. Lucia's economic development, and in particular, the National Initiative to Create Employment, NICE.
I am pleased to announce that the ALBA Bank has agreed to provide grant financing to the government of St. Lucia to finance NICE to the tune of US $10 million over 2 years. That is just under $27 million. Ambassador Escalonia, please stand again and take a bow. I ask you to join me and salute President Maduro of Venezuela. Salute the land and memory of Hugo Chavez. Salute the ambassador of Venezuela to St. Lucia, Her Excellency Leif Escalonia. Your Excellency, please convey the eternal gratitude of our party.
This is the CTV News. We will pause here for a moment and return with more news shortly.